Malcolm X was born in Omaha, Nebraska in 1925, where him and his family moved to Lansing, Michigan, with his father, Earl Little. His father was a Baptist minister who was unfortunately killed after being struck by a streetcar, which has been theorized to be a murder done by whites. After this tragic event, Malcolm and his siblings were sent to foster homes, where Malcolm excelled in school. But after being told he couldn't keep an effective career in the future, Malcolm lost interest and moved to Harlem in New York City. There, Malcolm became a rebel, where he developed into a street hustler, drug dealer, and a leader of a gang, in which he was eventually arrested from a prison robbery he attempted and was in jail from 1946 to 1952. While in prison, Malcolm X was incarcerated with his brother Reginald, who, through many discussions, convinced him to join the Nation of Islam, which was an African American movement that combined the elements of Islam with black nationalism. This conversion completely changed Malcolm as a person, where he quit smoking and gambling and began to educate himself by reading books in the prison library. He even memorized a dictionary. Once Malcolm was released from prison, he started many temples for the Nation of Islam and began to be involved in the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s. However, his ideas of civil rights were very controversial, as he challenged the mainstream movement led by Martin Luther King Jr. And instead of promoting integration and nonviolence, he wanted equality by any means necessary.
If he's not ready to clean his house up, he shouldn't have a house. It should catch on fire and burn down.
Not only did he talk about the inherent evilness of whites, but he also spread ideas about black nationalism, which involved African Americans not relying on a larger American society for their own well being. Similarly, he also promoted the idea of self reliance, which talked about African Americans creating their own communities and businesses, which were separate from the already established white communities at the time. His most controversial idea, however, was his view on violence, as he believed it was necessary and was much more impactful than a popular sit ins or voting at the time. While Malcolm X's ideas and messages might seem pretty radical or provocative, it's important to look at the benefits he made to the civil rights movement, such as he used his influence of the Nation of Islam to help change the terms used to refer to African Americans, from their racist roots to the terms black or Afro American. Unfortunately, after having a fallout with the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X would be assassinated in 1965 by three members of the Nation of Islam, who were just released from prison in 2021. Overall, Malcolm X's viewpoints helped set the stage for the ideological and tactical conflicts that took place within the Black freedom struggle of the 1960s, and is remembered today as a civil rights hero.